We're about to introduce what I would call the canonical players in a 4v4. Now, in a 1v1, you're corralled pretty sharply into the appropriate ways to play. I want to go Sky Terran. Enjoy bottom of your league, right? You gotta go the bio, you gotta build the Marines, and etc. Or etc. is often mines and medevacs. But when you're in a 4v4, you have a lot more leeway to express yourself. And in fact, we find that there's about 8 kinds of nerds in the entire world, and we're going to meet some of them today. First, we have Selfdestruct. He's the nerd who finds himself to be quite fancy, as he begun in his original starting location. He even was so bold as to expand not once, not twice, but 3 times. Wow, Selfdestruct really gets it. And to represent his gettingness, he just picks one unit, oftentimes the biggest unit he can make, and builds only that. So in this circumstance, we see that there is 6 Stargate carriers. This is also the player in Plants vs. Zombies, who throws down nothing but sunflowers until he can get extra expensive sunflowers, until he can get extra super crazy tripod pea shooters because he wants to just rule the world with sprites. So, carrier on 4 base, pretty typical. Got some other folk here. At the top we have Bayao. Mr. B up here. Mr. B opened up the game going Forge first, so that way he could expand to the gold and cannon it all the way off. Because he's clever. And a clever player also has his clever unit, the Void Ray. There was actually a player named Black who was in the game, but he's dead. So Selfdestruct is doing the wise thing and killing every one of his dead allies' buildings, so that way they can just take everything that he has. And then, of course, we have Roog, who's on his way to being a Selfdestruct. He's going for max carrier, but, you know, he's conservatively just expanded 1 time. Cool. Now, down on the bottom side, we have Darren. Darren, the hero of the match. Darren watches the GSL. Darren has his engineering base at 2-2 finished reasonably early, going up to battlecruiser for a little bit of flair, but primarily he has Marines, he has Marauders, he gets it. All right, Black Sun, we know exactly what kind of man this man is. He queues up upgrades, he gets 2 cybernetics cores. He probably can't even afford this much, but you know what? He goes ahead and gets it. I think that that is probably one of the weirdest concepts to a man like Black Sun. Wait a minute. If I'm going air, why would I ever just have 1 cybernetics core? I can't research both upgrades at the same time. What are you tried to trick me, didn't you? Oh, man. I would never just get 1 and chrono boost it frequently. I would make sure to just blow all the money getting the double upgrades. That way I can have 3 max upgraded 3/3/3 carriers. He's the sort of player who will even make sure to have that Forge being pretty active. Notice that that is level 2 shields. And of course we see 1/1/1. Looks so good. He gets a mothership core because don't think he isn't rounded out. Legend is someone who played in the beta and went Roach Hydra, and then decided, you know what, let me step back in. So he goes Roach Hydra. That's all there is to say about Legend. He also works a 9-to-5 job and generally eats a sandwich for lunch because he's saving up money. Probably for something adventurous like going to a movie on the weekend. You know, he's kind of daring sometimes. He might even go see Gravity in 3D. Whoa, it made him a little sick last time, but he's willing to do it because he's got a weekend to recover. And then we got Do Void Werewolf, who, as you might imagine, he do void. He's also begun his sneaky gold expansion. Do Void, exact same person as Bio. Bio, who cannon rush the high ground cannons against Dr. Werewolf. We got some Void Rays stepping on in.